Welcome everyone. I hope you all are doing well in your HS examinations and today's question was very easy and I hope you have done well. And in this video you will get one more thing, that is part B. I know that you are not able to carry part B with you because this is called question come answer booklet. You have to submit it to the invigilator before you left the exam hall. So just keep watching and you will be able to check your MCQs, SAQs, grammars and unseen questions. So at first we will solve part B, that consists of MCQs and SAQs questions that carry 20 marks, and after that we will solve part A, grammar and unseen questions. So let's go. And you, as you know, all the questions of each students are same, but the serial number is not same. So you have to match it with your own question and answer. So I will read the question and answer. So let's go. Abdul Kalam's father would convey complex spiritual concepts in simple, down-to-earth Tamil. Option C, right answer. Number 2, the wounded man was actually enemy of the Jar. জারের শত্রু ছিল, রাজার শত্রু. Number 3, the narrator had the compartment to himself up to Rohana. We all know that it is taken from I's habit. এবং এই অর দিয়ে আছে, এটা তোমাদের করতে হবে না, তবুও যদি জানতে চাও আমি বলে দিচ্ছি. The girl in the train compartment thought the narrator to be gallant and serious. এই sheটা হবে right answer. Number 4 question. Kalam's ancestral house was built in the mid-19th century. Next, now SAQ from the stories or prose section. Who did, and you have to answer any 4 of the following questions. So you will be able to see all the questions, but there are a few answers left. So let's read. Who did the narrator of the I's habit think to be formidable creatures? Answer. The narrator of the I's habit thinks that ants are usually formidable creatures. Narrator মনে করতো যে কাকিমারা সাধারণত ভয়ানক জীব হয়. And next, number 3, what did Abdul Kalam's father use to avoid? Kalam's father used to avoid all inessential comforts and luxuries. And what was the hermit doing? I have left it. So you have to attempt any 4. Why did the Tsar put on simple cloth before meeting the hermit? The Tsar put on simple cloth before meeting the hermit because the hermit met only common people. হারমিট শুধু সাধারণ লোকের সাথে মিশতো, তাই তো তাকে সাধারণ পোশাকই পরতে হয়েছিল. Next, how did the girl describe the narrator? The girl described the narrator as gallant and serious. What, according to the hermit, is the most important thing to do? According to the hermit, the most important thing to do is to help the person with whom you are. That means with whom the person next to you is the person to whom you have to help or you should help. Who was the priest of the Rameshwaram temple? This is very easy. Bakshi Lakshman Shastri was the priest of the Rameshwaram temple and it is taken from strong roots. Next question. Where was the girl in the story The I's Habit getting off? Answer. The girl in the story The I's Habit was getting off at Saharanpur. So we have attempted more than 4 questions and you may move on to the next section. MCQ from poetry. Nature is pleaded to keep the soldier be warm. Number 2, being tired, the grasshopper rests beneath some pleasant weed. Number 3, the marks of wound of the soldier are in his side. তার এক পাশে দুটো ক্ষত ছিল. অর দিয়ে আছে, এটা করলে না করলেও হবে. The darling birds are shaken by rough winds in May. Nature's changing course is untimed. Next, now SAQ from the poetry section. Where does the soldier lie stressed? The soldier lies stressed on the bushes in a small green valley where a slow stream flows. Why is the soldier pale? The soldier is pale because he is dead. We all know that the soldier is dead. He is not alive. He is dead and bloodless. That is why he is pale. What kind of a poem is Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day? We well know that the poem Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day is a sonnet. এটি একটি 14 লাইনের কবিতা। আরো কিছু কোশ্চেন আছে আমরা করিনি যেগুলো এখানে this is very easy. Where do the birds hide when they faint with the hot sun? When the birds are faint with the hot sun, they hide and beneath some pleasant weed. And how long will the young man be remembered in Shakespeare's sonnet 18? In Shakespeare's sonnet 18, the poet thinks that the young man will live as long as men can breathe or eyes can see. You know the last two lines of this poem. Next, what does the eye of heaven refer to? Here, the eye of heaven refers to the sun. And what shall death not brag about? In Shakespeare's poem, we know that death shall not brag that the poet's friend has wandered under his shade, as the poet immortalizes his friend through his poetry. From where is the Sril? I have left these questions and you have to attempt only 4. And next, MCQs from the drama, that is The Proposal by Anton Chekhov. Lomov's aunt's name is Nastasya Mihailovna. Number 2, Lomov went to his neighbor Chebukhov's house to give a marriage proposal. Chekhov said that Lomov's younger aunt had run away with an architect. The worst of Lomov's physical problems is the way he sleeps. Actually, Lomov had many problems, but the worst of his problems is the way he sleeps. So we have completed 20 marks. Now let's move on to the grammar and ancient section. Now part A, 4A, that is do as directed. These are grammars. I have already write down the answers beside the question, so you have to follow. I'm reading just. The most important thing in the world was science, changing to positive degree. Answer: no other thing in the world was as important as science. Next, I don't intend to give up what I have. Use the underlined word as noun and rewrite. We have to use the noun form of intend. I have no intention to give up what I have. Next, the door was open. This is very easy. The door, we have to turn it into a negative sentence. The door was not closed. Open, not closed. Very easy. Number 4, the hermit was digging the ground. This is voice change. The ground was being dug by the hermit. Dug is the third form of dig. So next, my father could convey complex spiritual concepts. This is again voice change. Complex spiritual concepts could be conveyed by my father. Next, as soon as she left the train, she would forget our brief encounter. Turn into negative. No sooner had she left the train than she would forget our brief encounter. And there is another question, that is or, and you have not to do it because this is an alternative, and so I have not answered it. And if you want to know the answer, just write your question in the comment. I will solve it. Fill in the blanks with appropriate articles or prepositions and prepositions. When my father came out of the mosque. And next, waiting for him. offered bowls of water to my father, who dipped his fingertips in them and say a prayer. This water was then carried home for invalids, and you know that this extract is taken from strong roots. And there is another extract, and this is alternative. I have answered this, and you have to attempt only one out of the two options. Now, so C, correct the error in the following sentence, replacing the underlined word. So, his answers filled me with a strange energy and enthusiastic. This is wrong, and you have to choose the right option from these three options. Enthuse, enthusiastically, enthusiasm. This is the right option, enthusiasm. Now there is a passage unseen, and I will not read in detail. You might read it pausing this video. I have just attempted the answer for your convenience. So let's move on to the true false questions. You have two types of questions, on is true false and carrying 2 marks 3 questions. So the first true false, the oak leaves formed a roof over the author. This is true. We find in the text it. Yeah, look, beneath the oak leaves which formed a roof over me. So you will find all the answers. The author doesn't like the fact that mountains are permanent things. This is false because the author likes it. The author means to say that he has lived through all the seasons in the mountains. This is true again. Humans cannot live without the mountains. This is true according to the passage because we have online. So let's go to this line. Humans cannot actually get rid of the mountains. মানুষ এই মাউন্টেন থেকে মুক্তি পেতে পারে না, এটা দিয়ে রাস্তা করতে পারে, এটা খনন করতে পারে, অনেক কিছু করতে পারে, কিন্তু মাউন্টেনকে টোটালি সরিয়ে দেওয়া যায় না, তাই এটা বলেছে। এই কনটেক্সটে এটা ট্রু হচ্ছে। এবার লেটস আনসার দ্য ইচ অফ দ্য ফলোইং কোয়েশ্চেন্স ইন অ্যাবাউট 30 ওয়ার্ডস। হোয়াট ক্যান ম্যান ডু টু মাউন্টেন্স? আই হ্যাভ hinted in the passage and you could answer like this. So let's go here, you will find the answer. Number 1, this is, you can blast. Actually here you means man, human beings can blast holes out of them for their mineral wealth, strip them of their trees and foliage and dam their streams and divert their currents and or make tunnels or roads and bridges, etc. These are the things a human can do. So this is the answer of number 1 question. And number 2, what does the author claim a relationship with? And this is the answer. You have to start with this line. You have to begin with the author claims a relationship, and you have to continue till the full stop. And here you cannot write it because it refers to the mountain. So you have to write the mountain here in place of it. So number 3, why is it hard to believe for the author that he has lived in the hills for 50 years? And we find the answer to this question in the first line of the passage. So let's go to the first line. Here I have marked already. Sometimes it is hard to believe that I have been up here in the hills all these years. Because here is the answer to your question. Because when I look back, we have to organize these answers. When the author looks back to the time of his first coming here, it seems like yesterday. That is why he cannot believe. So we have attempted all the answers. So thank you. Happy learning.